Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, as you guys can see up on the screen. Today I wanted to talk once again about SOFI Technologies Incorporated. This is ticker symbol SOFI, or SOFI, the exact same ticker symbol as the name of the company. It's nice and easy that way. And the reason we're talking about this one today is SOFI had a crazy day today. A lot of upward movement here in the share price, up almost 4 entire percentage points for SOFI today. Now earlier in the day they were up even higher. You know, we touched an intraday high of 908. Kind of gave those gains back, but then slowly as the day went on, just went up and up and up. Now we are down another percentage point after hours, but as always, hey, I don't read too much into after hours. There's just so many different variables. It's low volume. It just really doesn't matter as much. And usually going into the next day, whatever happens after hours rarely holds up or rarely matters, unless there's like some big news after hours or anything like that, which I haven't really seen for SOFI today. But in this video, we're going to be going over all the latest for SOFI, talking about some news, some stories, all that stuff, so you guys can stay up to date on everything that is going on. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. That would help us out a ton as well, running those numbers up. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer. Also, there's a link in the description below for Robinhood. You know, get signed up, get a couple free stocks. We'll get a couple free stocks as well. That would be great. As always, there's going to be no financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy, not telling you guys to sell, nothing like that. Just going over some stories and giving my thoughts and opinions. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, SOFI having a good day, and this is crazy. You know, no one really knows if this is kind of a trap. You know, we're going to go up a couple of days before smashing down even harder. But hey, at this point, I'll take whatever we can get. The fact that we've had a couple green days in a row, not just for SOFI, but for the entire broader market, is very good. You know, we can see here the Dow Jones is up 1.23%, S&P up the exact same, NASDAQ up 1.33%, and then the Russell up 1.69%, and then even the oil index up pretty massively as well. It's kind of weird, you know, everything was just up today. This is a good day in the market, and are things turning around? Are things back? Are things good? Are things safe once again? Did we find a bottom? Nobody knows, but like I said, hey, I'm all for these green days as opposed to just endless red days and weeks and months that we've pretty much had exclusively to start 2022. Of course, over the past week, SOFI is still down just a little bit. You know, we're at 951, but hey, we are significantly up 14% kind of from the troughs that we saw here. But year to date, still looking really rough, down 43.18%. I mean, that's crazy to think that less than 3 months ago, SOFI was at $15.68. You know, even like a month ago was right around $13. I don't know. Times have changed, but hopefully we'll be able to get back there one day. Just don't know if it's going to be weeks, months, years. Who knows? But let's get into some of the stories. Today, we had this from Seeking Alpha. Obviously, a very good thing to see from SeekingAlpha.com. SOFI Technologies, this bruised growth stock is a strong buy. Obviously, that is nice to hear. Somebody thinking that SOFI is a strong buy, because recently we've just had a lot of people saying how it's overpriced, how it's a money loser, how, you know, this financial institution or this bank or this company or this whatever investor group downgraded SOFI, or they lowered their price target or whatever. So to finally hear somebody saying it's a strong buy, that is really cool. They say their summary here of this article is that SOFI dropped to a new 1-year low this week, although tech and growth stocks have been rallying. Strong earnings outlook for financial year 2022 supports the decision to buy SOFI on the drop. And this is funny because this is like so kind of controversial. There's so many people, everyone reads their last earnings report for the quarter 4 of 2021, for the full year of 2021, and for the full year of 2022 guidance, or, you know, the 2022 guidance, whatever you want to call it. Everyone has a different take. Some people say it was horrible. Some people say it was bad. Some people say it was okay. Some people say it was good. And some people, like apparently Seeking Alpha here, saying that it's strong or great or whatever. So it's really interesting and funny just to hear what everyone has to say about it. And yes, depending on what you think about this past earnings report and their guidance for 2022, yeah, it could absolutely change your thoughts and opinions on this stock. But they also talk a little bit about the Technesis acquisition, how it's set to support top line and margin growth for years to come, which is super cool. Some of their main points here is that SOFI has crashed for no reason, and I've talked about this a little bit as well in a lot of my videos. That you know, from when SOFI was 25 or 20 or 18 or 15 or 12 or $10, have things changed that much? Even if you think the earnings report was bad, was it that bad that it's justified some of these drops? I don't know. Now, obviously, it's possible that it was just grossly overvalued previously, but man, it seems like we're kind of getting into some crazy downward territory as well, which can be a little bit questionable. They do say that they believe, SoFi's member base is going to keep growing. They have this graph here talking about their numbers. I don't know what I just clicked on. Is it going to come back? I don't know what just happened. I don't know why it just disappeared. All right, we'll have to open it up again. It will not let me go back to that original page. All right, here we go. So they have this, the members, just the growth overall for SoFi. You can see all the way back to Q1 of 2019, how it pretty much is, not pretty much, it does just keep going up and up and up and up. And they're seeing some very, very strong growth there just in terms of their members. Now, obviously, they have to figure out how to lower that customer acquisition cost and figure out how to, raise some of their margins and stuff like that and get people into multiple different products and everything. But we'll see how that goes. Rollout of new financial services products are key to SoFi's growth, and obviously they've been doing a ton of that. There's definitely still plenty more room to go in that area. The Techniques acquisition is set to drive platform profitability as well as top-line growth. SoFi's price reflects strong value for growth investors, and they do talk about some of SoFi's risks as well. So overall, I thought this was a pretty well-written article, and one that you guys should definitely check out. But I wanted to hit on their main points because I thought it was a little bit refreshing, even though, like I said, SoFi's down 45% in just a couple of months so far in 2022, that there are still people out there bullish about it. We're going to get rid of this one. We also had analysis from this guy. I can't remember this guy's name. Is it it's Unrivaled Investing? He posted this YouTube video called Reloaded. SoFi stock analysis. Why is it down? Time to buy the dip. He goes really, really in depth into a lot of things for SoFi. I think you guys should definitely check this out. He's got all the charts, all the graphs, all the kind of different sheets and stuff. And he gives overall pretty fair opinions and takes. He ends up coming to the conclusion that he is not interested in SoFi right now. And even if he was, it would be pretty low conviction, and he probably wouldn't be, hanging on to the shares for too long. He wants to see SoFi, start to make some money, start to prove their business model. He doesn't want to invest on, the hopes that they're able to accomplish all these goals. He wants them to start accomplishing some of their goals, which I think is very, very fair. Obviously, it depends on your style of investing and your risk tolerance and everything. But I do know there is a really, really great saying about hey, it's better to be late than to be wrong. And that's something that he says in this video as well. He's like, hey, I don't need to buy the very bottom. I don't need to get in, I don't need to catch that falling knife. I can see if they're going to be an amazing company. And then once they are, then I can invest and I can reap all the rewards without all this potential downside and everything, which I think is a very, very fair point. We also have the fact that SoFi is launching an ESG committee, which I believe stands for Environmental, Social, and Corporate Governance Committee, and announces plans for its inaugural report. This is going to be exciting. It should be interesting. A lot of people think that this doesn't matter. A lot of people think it's not a big deal. Some people think it's a very, very big deal. I think it should be interesting. As this guy puts it here, he says, in particular, the governance part of ESG is a fairly easy win for most tech and fintech organizations, as they normally have been through a number of funding rounds before going public. I'd encourage people to think of this as a method to make SoFi a more attractive proposition to the wider investment community. As we generally know, more investment equals higher share price. So even people who don't care about this or won't read a report like this or won't put too much thought to it, it could matter for some people. And no matter what, it's not really going to be a negative. There's not really going to be much of a downside. There's not a ton of opportunity cost here, I don't think. So we'll have to see how that goes once it actually comes out. And then we have people talking about how Noto is not pushing the brakes. And they post this, which is the SEC statement of changes in beneficial ownership. Now, we do see here he got some RSU, some restricted stock units, 94,854, and that's what this is here on March 15th. He got 94,000 more shares. I think somebody said that this is his quarterly RSUs, which are just regularly scheduled, obviously. And then he also sold, it looks like, disposed of 48,000 of those shares the same day. I don't know if that's automated. I don't know if that's just a plan, because it happened the same day. But then also today on March 17th, it does also look like he bought, acquired 34,000 more shares at an average share price of $8 $2.91. So, hey, kind of interesting. Yes, he is getting some regularly scheduled stock units and stuff like that, but it does look like he is still buying some more. And then somebody else here says the director bought shares today. Al-Hamadi Ahmed Ali has bought 10,000 shares at $8.40. And, like the top comment says here, I guess it's a good thing, right? They probably don't plan on losing money, and that's something that I totally agree with. Like I said, even if it's not a ton of money, especially relative to their overall net worth, it still shows that they think that this is something worth investing in, or something they believe is going to be, appreciating in price over time, which I think is good. At least they have some skin in the game as well. At least they have some incentive to not only help out the business, but to also help out the shareholders in that stock price as well. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about SOFI. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.